Alright guys, so let's get this last section of Act 2 finished up. I'm working on reading Scene 3 and Scene 4 here. This should take maybe 15 minutes. Um, we'll get through it pretty quick because you can already see Scene 3 is like literally 2 paragraphs and then Scene 4 is really short. I think it's like 3 pages. So just kind of bear with me. As always, we've got Maggie. Maggie is awake. Maggie! Oh my goodness. Um, and then there's me with my cup of coffee per usual, and my iPad is ready to go. All right, so let's get started with Act 2, Scene 3. Okay, so Scene 3 is literally just Artem Odorous. Artem Odorous is just a guy. He's like a senator who receives a letter. All right, so Scene 3, enter Artem Odorous reading a paper, and Artem Odorous reads, Caesar, beware of Brutus, take heed of Cassius, come not near Casca, have an eye out for Cinna, trust not Trebonius, mark well thee Metellus Cimber, Decius Brutus loves thee not. Thou hast wronged Caius Ligarius, there is what one mind in all of these men, and it is bent against Caesar. If thou beest not immortal, look about you, security gives way to conspiracy, and the gods, the mighty gods, defend thee. So, literally, well, actually, Artemidorus doesn't receive a letter. Artemidorus wrote Caesar a letter. I'm sorry, I got excited. Come on, Mort. Come on, bud. Thank you. And so, he's going to give this letter to Caesar, and he says, "Here I will stand till Caesar pass along." So he's like, "I'm going to wait for Caesar to come by me, and then I'm going to give him this letter. I'm going to save his life." All right. And as a suitor I will give him this. My heart laments that virtue cannot outlive the teeth of emulation. If thou read this, O Caesar, thou mayest live, if not the fates with traitors do contrive. All right. So number 1 is Artem Odorous. Artem Odorous is going to be a huge part of attempting to save Caesar here. He's going to try to give Caesar a letter that will save his life, telling him that basically the people around him aren't any good. And then in number 2, he talks a little bit about which thing might be causing issues with what allows people to plot assassinations. And he says, my heart laments that virtue cannot outlive the teeth of emulation. And so I would say that he believes these conspirators to be jealous of Caesar here, because emulation means to surpass someone. And so that's kind of where my thinking went on that one. All right, and then he leaves. That's it. That's the whole scene. So Scene 3, done. And then the next one, it's Scene 4, and it's with just Portia and Lucius, and then the Soothsayer makes a really short comeback here. And Portia's like, I prithee, boy, run to the Senate house, stay not to answer me, but get thee gone. Why dost thou stay? And Lucius is like, well, I don't know what you want me to do, so can you tell me what you want me to do, and then I'll go. And she's like, I would have thee there, and here again, ere I can tell thee what thou shouldst do there. Okay, and then an aside, we've seen one in the last scene, or 2 scenes ago, and we're going to see one here. An aside is something that the character would say to us, the audience, but the other characters on the stage would not have heard. And she says, O constancy be strong upon my side, set a huge mountain between my heart and my tongue. I have a man's mind, but a woman's might. She recognizes her limitations here. And how hard is it for a woman to keep counsel? Art thou here yet? Madam, what should I do? Run to the capital, nothing else, and so return to you and nothing else? So she keeps telling Lucius he needs to run to the capital. She's like, you gotta get to the capital, gotta get to the capital. And he's like, but why? You haven't given me a task. And she's like, get to the capital. And he's like, so that I can run to the capital and then run back and then return to you and then nothing? Like, what do you want me to do? Yes, bring me word, boy, if thy lord look well, for he went sickly forth, and take good note what Caesar doth, what suitors press to him. Hark, boy, what noise is it? I hear none, madam. Prithee, listen well. I heard a bustling rumor like a fray, and the wind brings it from the capital. Soothe, madam, I hear nothing. Right, so she's hearing things, and she's not making a lot of sense, which probably is going to help us answer number 4 here. Enter the Soothsayer. So the Soothsayer comes in, and he's like, come hither, and she's like, come hither, fellow. Which way hast thou been? Soothsayer, at my own house, good lady. She's like, what time is it? It's about the 9th hour, so it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Is Caesar gone yet to the capital? And he's like, not yet. I will take my stand to see him pass the capital. Thou hast some suit to Caesar, hast thou not? She's like, you have something you need to talk to him about. And he's like, yeah, lady, if it will please Caesar to be so that Caesar is to hear me, I shall beseech him to befriend him. He's like, I'm trying to get him to realize, like, I'm on his side. And Portia's like, why knowest thou any harms intended towards him? She's like, wait, do you know of harm? that might be coming his way. And the soothsayer says, "None that I know will be, much that I fear may chance. Good morrow there. Here the street is narrow, and the throng that follows Caesar at the heels of senators and praetors, common suitors, all crowd a feeble man almost to death. I will get me to place more void, and there shall speak to Caesar as he comes along." Okay. He's like, I need to talk to Caesar. And Portia's like, I must go in aside. And she says, me, how weak a thing the heart of a woman is. O Brutus, the heavens speed thee in thine enterprise. Sure the boy heard me. To Lucius, Brutus hath the suit that Caesar will not grant. Aside, oh, I grow faint. Run, Lucius, and commend me to my lord. Say I am merry, come to see me again, and bring me word what he doth say to thee. All right, so Portia knows something is up, and she knows that it can't be good. So she's trying to figure out what's going on with Brutus, since Brutus seems to still not be sure. I think it would imply after the last scene that Brutus would have told her what he's planning to do, but based on what we're seeing here, I don't know. Also, because of this question, we're also going to look at number 3 here. You will not need to do number 5, and I will send out a text for that. In the following quote from Artem Odorous in number 3, what or who does goodness symbolize? Who or what does jealousy's envious fangs symbolize? So, the heart grieves that goodness cannot live out of reach of jealousy's fangs. So this is symbolic. So who is the one that's going to be killed by jealousy? Caesar. So who would jealousy be? The senators and Brutus. All right. Yes, Mort? Okay. So we have multiple people here trying to save Caesar's life, but he's so full of himself, he's so in his own head that he won't listen to anyone. And that's going to end up being his downfall as we start the next act on Monday.